So if there are no dot, no ellipses, then it is not periodic. Therefore, if this returns true, then it is periodic, and I'm pretty sure that then, well, as it says, of course, then either that one or that one has to be defined, or both. But I don't think that's possible, because if it is a GNU extension, then it is not C99. So I'm going to assume that this is set or that is set. And therefore, if this is set, then I don't need to test both. I can just test one of them. And if that is false, then the other one must be true anyway. I think I'm going to make this the exception. So I'm just test this, and if that's not true, then I'm assuming it's C99, right? What is it? In other words, or for example? I think for example. For example. And this position here is the one that belongs to the last argument. So that would be I think this one. Yeah, so that's the name. And if we add name, then well, you already added name here. Add input token. I think it's pretty ridiculous. It's not highlighted, and I cannot jump to it. C-text is broken. the very least, I should find this one. This simple thing. It's a member function. Why? Strange. What are we calling anyway? This one. Add input token name. Yeah, that's this one then. Which raises the question, is it allowed to have white space in between the identifier and the ellipsis? If not, then we have another thing where white space is not allowed. And I probably should include the ellipsis with this token here. Or rather, then we can append the ellipsis to fixed string, which then already should have happened here. But that is kind of weird also, because that means that this is a not terminated thing without the ellipsis. Yeah, well, maybe you should add them separately, I guess. The hints like it. Right, let's check. What happens if I put a space there? So now we have space ellipsis, and it adds a white space and it bars on the ellipsis still. But the question is, this is for EEE, which is added here, I think. That's the EEE. So we did not have any parameter, and now we don't have any tokens. What? Oh, the whole thing is not even variadic anymore. What? Yeah, okay, so that's clear. It's it has to be against the argument, otherwise it doesn't detect that it is variadic even. There's another one actually, that is the GNU variadic. 59. Define. Oh, dit is GGG. No, what? Ja, het was GGG. Sorry, ik had het wrong. Voor tot CPP. Sorry, macro's. It is GGG. What are you talking about? Okay, and that one was detected as. That is detected as Knuvar arcs. So okay, simply having an ellipsis with or without white space, but no comma. I write that correctly, do I not? Ellipsis. Yep. So then the name was already added, and now we simply have to add the ellipsis without doing the comma. Which means, that means add input token, right? Comma, and then kind of like this here. Dot, dot, dot. Comma, and then, well, call that ellipsis. Macro, I guess. Translation unit. Macro ellipsis. Now let's call it function macro then. Say directly. Hi post. Hey Louis. Good to see you, man. In this case, there must be a comma before the ellipsis, yeah. So we have already a failure here, actually. Because I tried to add it. Yeah, cozy business here. What shall we do with this? This could be the ellipsis, in which case it goes wrong. But we have to do it. In this case, it has to be done before this line. I'll just do it this here. No, I have to test if there's a last parameter as well. Arg. Okay, let's not do it here. Damn it. Okay, that's I'm using this test now for two things at the same time. Namely, well, it just detects if this is the last argument, but secretly it has double meaning, right? I mean, I'm trying to detect if it is the ellipsis, but then I'm too late because I already tried to add it, and I'm doing testing it before because of this else. Because if it is not the last parameter, we need a comma. So I think what I should do is not do that here, but do that at the top. And then obviously only if parameter is larger than 0. So the first time we don't require the comma, but if we come here for the second or higher parameter, then first we do the comma and then we do the argument. And now this test only has to deal with the ellipsis, which is way easier. Namely, now you can move this simply to the bottom. And now we didn't do it yet. So now I can say if param is that means that it is the last parameter. And not just the last parameter, but I might as well then immediately do that. See, it does simplify. I see you are completely on topic, Pony. You're really into the stream, as it were. So this is the last parameter, and this macro is variadic. Then we have two options. Either it's like that, in which case I want to do this, and then add the ellipsis. Or, so this is now done too early, actually. This should be done below that line. Okay, anyway, in this case, we have define my macro arc1. I'm so tempted to type Postbunny or Louis here, but I can't favor anyone. Now we have to try to be professional. Arc1 and then arcs, comma, dot, dot, dot. No, it's not arcs. Sorry. No arcs here. No, macro, not Marco. Yeah, it actually would be funny. My Marco Polo. Yeah. I don't want to make that kind of jokes. I don't know. I used to do that, but Louis must still do that. I feel too old. I want to be professional, and as a professional, you do not make jokes in your comments. I'm just being boring. I call it arc1 and arc2. Define my macro. That even my macro is a bit Windows is, Microsoft is. That puts my in front of it. I don't like that. Anyway, damn it. Like this or like this? I think like this. Nope, there's an underscore there. I think the name that you get back from Jesus Christ. Oh, here. That returns this. Or that would return, will return it. So in that case, we do not want to add it, because that would go wrong. Well, we don't want to execute these lines. But yeah, we're just going for, I guess, this as well. Let's see, so we come here, we already did the comma, and then we find out that is the last thing, so we just want to find the ellipsis. Yeah, that which would be exactly this. But then, of course, we don't want to do this. We're completely done, basically. So just break now. But this must be done after those lines. I think it's probably... How can I concentrate like this? That is nonsense, of course. Just test that then as well, unfortunately. Okay, so now we add it unless this is a var arc. This is C99 var arc's last parameter. And then in the case that it is a last parameter and it is variadic, and it is a GNU var arcs, you have to dot 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 as well. And in the case that you did not do this, then, and exactly then, we get here, right? If you did not do this, then pi was equal to number of params minus 1. Well, if it is variadic. So this could also be false because we are not variadic at all, but then we don't get here anyway. So we do get here, then this was skipped. Let's put it that way. So now we get here then, that means that this was skipped. So it was the argument is not added. Well, this is the argument. So instead of adding that, then we have to add this. And then the funny thing is that this and this is the same. Why would I want to break here then? Oh, before he broke here because there was something below it. It's no longer necessary. I'm still missing this comma though, or not. You know, in this case there was simply no name. In this case there was a name. I think I'm going to delete this, just confusing. But yeah, since the code is the same, might as well not test anything. Oops, didn't add that yet. Or did I call it function ellipsis? I did call it function ellipsis, yep. Function macro, I mean. No matching member function for call to add input token. Candidate function template not viable. No known conversion from const to source location, source range, offset. What the fuck? Oh, because I add that thing here. Never mind. This is not a template. And it finished again. Let's see where they got it. Completely forgot what I was testing. Got macros. Let's see. We were looking for this one, for example. It's totally allowed. All the way up here. Adding GGG, parentheses open, foo, white space, function macro ellipsis. And then the function macro R parent. White space, exclaim, what? And not is a keyword, I think. Yeah. White space, identifier. FFF L parent function macro parm, comma, white space, function macro parm, 2 white spaces, comma, again 2 white spaces, F3, FFF3, comma, white space, ellipsis. R parent. What is this called? An identifier. It's a built-in macro. This the decoding of the LLVM is really bad. It just does something. Might as well do it myself. Without LLVM, I mean. To call this an identifier, what the fuck, dude? Any compiler should know at this point, purely from the syntax that we are looking at, well, that this is a macro. It's a macro usage anyway. Well, I don't know. No, otherwise it would have skipped it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should get here. Maybe we do get a callback for the usage, which I'm not intercepting yet. So there is still a little bit of hope. I'm not detecting where macros are being used at the moment, so that would be invisible. But still, so this is being added as part of this call. Add input token, and that is a part of this call, macro defined. So it's probably, this identifier, or what the hell, where was it? 1831, that's the last one. It's not the last one. I think that is the one. Identifier L parent plus R parent, yep. This identifier here is the VA opt. So at least it's part of the replacement tokens, and then yeah, we can detect it ourselves that it has that name. Identify with that name. I don't like it though. Can we do every type of a macro now, or not? Can do var args, both types, and these things are just processed as identifiers, not as macros. Well, okay. It's not an identifier. Seriously. Even these are not identifiers. There can be anything. Anything. Whatever is passed to the macro, that's what it is. Could be a plus sign. Nou ja. Okay, let's try to decode or the process random file, as in see where that goes wrong. It's just ticked CW format.cxx itself. And we see that if def is not been processed. Thus, we need to add a callback for if def, which is much like macro defined, but then different. We should first commit this git status, git diff. Yeah, var arg stuff Git commit a im fix decoding varars macros. Why is this not highlighted? Oh, I can't jump to it. The weirdness. It's not even the last one. This is an override. PP Lex PP callbacks. I think this is the one. Yeah, I could also go to the undefined, but the first thing I run into now is if def. Well, I'm gonna guess that that is named if def, and it is not. Change callbacks. Change callbacks. You should have a look here. Virtual file changed. Next file changed. File skipped. Embed file not found. Embed directive. I don't even know what that is. Call back and vote whenever an embed directive has been processed. What is that? Is that C++ or not? Maybe should just hijack every virtual function here and then crash on the or assert false or something. And then I know which one to implement. Otherwise you'll keep guessing. There's a lot of them, a lot. Ah, there's a one, if. That's just if. There must be an if def. So here, there's an if def. Oh, I was looking for a capital D. This is the one. There are so many of these things that probably at some point I have to almost automate it. Because, yeah. Oh, here's the end already. Okay. It's doable. I think I'm going to copy all of them. Let's see. So we want to add all those to this file. Maybe it's nice to keep the comments. So first I just keep them as they are, as virtual functions. Deleting anything that is not a virtual function. I think I already did the inclusion directive though. Yep. So this can be removed. Or maybe rather just remove this and keep the comment. Can do the same for the macro defined. Really? Oops. Which other one did I already have? Macro expense. Call to the macro is invoked and about to be expanded. I still have to implement that. I'll just keep that in the same order as it appears. So delete it here though. Let me run past this one more time. Yep. Substitute. Const. Identifier. Yeah, well, any number of spaces followed by you have to capture that too. An ampersand or a star. Any number of times. Actually, at least one. Can you use a question mark here? Nope. Backslash question mark. Yep. That's just one. I need one or more. Whoops. Plus. Backslash plus. That works. And then followed by an identifier again. And now we have East const. How cool is that? There was an R value reference somewhere. Was hoping that I could find that back now, but I'm not seeing it. Am I mistaken then? Apparently. Oh, next. Yeah, then now we have to remove the virtual and remove the braces. And replace the opening brace with override. Apparently there are two possibilities. Either the... No, I can just manually change that, I suppose. Okay, this one is defined, but all in one line at least. Same. This was in 2 lines. Let's just make it 1 line. And then we got a lot of stuff that uses 2 lines suddenly. Yeah, I can just remove the virtual, I think. Oh God. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Can we do a using namespace inside class scope? I doubt it. Doubt it very much. I doubt it almost certainly, but yeah, no way. You just can't do this. Using namespace clang. So let's have a look at the error that gives. You can't do that in a class. Okay. Okay. Sockage. There's just too many of those. I'm going to have an attempt. Yeah, arg. You can do, of course, using source location is clang. Source location. That is a namespace. So that should get us past the file change thing. Or not. Error node type named file change reason and it says clang. Oh, it's an it's a yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, so they don't need that one. That's part of the base class. You can just use it as is. Yep, and now we get the arrow here then. So we did get past that characteristic kind. So every time we have this, I can just delete the prefix of it. Seriously, like all the way at the top. Kind. Actually, that feels like a... No, it's just part of a clang indeed. Let's just add these first. Identify info and dark. Yeah. Oops. Undefined reference to vtable for preprocessor events handler. So we missed something. I don't see it. All these virtual functions are defined. Well, binary search time, I guess. Actually, I found it. That's just what is not defined. Thank you very much. I completely overlooked that one. Yes. No, I think all of them are defined. The raining. Like, it's raining so hard that if you step outside, you can't breathe anymore. That hard. It's kind of cool. As long as it doesn't storm as well. I think it's super cozy. I like rain. If you're inside and it's like raining like that is so nice. Yeah, and then lay in bed and listen to that. I love it. Also, you can make a recording of it and then put it on YouTube and get rich. I think that must be the one. Must have been the one. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, if it rains that hard and you have the window open. Well, it depends, even then. Sometimes it's not raining inside. If it's just going vertically down or a little bit away from the window, that is even better. Wow, file change is called. Callback invoked when a source file is entered or exited. Alright. Yeah, do I care? I guess I should care a little bit. Yeah, the file changes away from the one that we are formatting. Then from that moment on, I should just simply ignore all other calls. But if you ask me, we are only coming here currently for the main file. Well, you enter the main file. Theoretically, it could follow include, and then we would get this call when the include is followed. I guess I could do a callback to the translation unit with a file ID. Oh, wait a minute, previous file ID. I don't know the current file ID. I can get the current file ID from the source location. Let's begin with printing this stuff. Oh, that is not easy actually, because then we need to have a translation unit, which I don't have here. Maybe I should add one, so I can start add debug stuff. Actually, I do have a translation unit. Do we have the translation unit from a translation unit reference? Hopefully. Yep, very good. Not highlighting. What the hell? or print source location. If C++26 supports printing enums by name, then I am going to switch to C++26. I'm getting so tired of adding code every time I need to print some enum. Let me ask on IRC, or maybe you can just look it up here. C++ 23 maybe. C++ 26 print enum by name. So wait, when you is a runtime, that's a year ago, maybe. It's not until C++26 when there will hopefully be reflection. Yep, so at the very least it's C++26. Enum reflection. Meta functions. Access members of an enum. Experimental meta. Standard meta identifier of my enum. But it just prints my enum, I guess. For auto x get enum data, my enum, send it out, x dot name. Not super clear. So we need to get something that has the dot name, which I think was here. This thing, an enum item. And now can you get the enum item? This loops over it, loops over everything. But this, I just want to go from the enum itself to the name. Still not super convinced that I should switch. It isn't even 2026 yet. Maybe I should wait a little bit. But yeah, in the meantime, Every bloody enum needs a debug OStream operator with a switch and everything. It's so much work. Maybe an LLM knows. Very idea. I should go to bed. Can you design a function that writes the name of any enum to an OString using a C++ 26 reflection? Yeah, I'm talking about an OStream and then I tell it to just give me a string view, but well, whatever. Is that even a thing, or did it just copy it from because I said so? I just made it up. It actually exists. Okay. Const expression. Standard string view enum name EE. Const expression. Standard meta info enum type info reflex per I. Reflex per I gives us a compile time meta object. If you say so. Iterate through all enumerators defined with the enum type E. Really feels slow. Standard meta info enumerator info. Standard meta get enumerators enum type info. Yeah, just a type. You have to run over all enums. Enumerator value, get it, and then if it is equal, the match then the name of the current enumerator. Throw a runtime error. Is this whole thing not supposed to be compile time? A const expression for loop. That's new. Does it exist? Seriously? And then no const expression if. Yeah, I guess this is a runtime value, of course. It's totally a runtime value. E is a runtime value, rather. Yeah, I would rather have a completely const eval function that creates a compile time array that maps runtime enum values directly to their name, instead of doing this, because this looks like the whole const expression is going to be ignored every time, because this is a runtime value. So that means that it's going to run over during runtime, it's going to run over all enum values in order to find the current one. Yeah, looks a bit weird, this code. What also looks weird is using reflexper without std in front of it or anything. It's a new keyword. Experimental feature. The functionality described in this page is part of the reflection technical specification. Get the member list of a class type or enumerator list of an enum type. Gets the name of type and member. Detects whether a data member is static or const expression. Detects whether a member function is virtual, public, protected, or private. It gets a row and column of the source code when the type defines. Okay, whatever. Include experimental reflect. I could do it because I will only need it during debugging. So it doesn't even make the whole project to really depend on C++26. Only while I'm working on it, then I need the debug output. It's going to save some time. who's out file directory. Powered by the Coleric online compiler. It's not doing 26 at all. It took a long time. Interesting. It's not complaining. Uh-oh. Maybe it's not experimental anymore. Nah. Not yet, not yet. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed just because yeah, my shoulder is definitely hurting. Damn it. Okay, yeah, good night people. Late and stuff. I went to play chess tonight and then I drink coffee. So I'm still wide awake. But I have to stop coding. Let's lose one game of chess, okay? Just one, otherwise my rating is going down too fast. I have so no clue what I'm doing. Absolutely no clue. These moves are worse than random. Oh, there's actually the usual stupidity. Yeah, I give away pawn. No reason whatsoever. Yeah. Thank you. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. This guy's even worse than me. Much worse. Gives away pieces instead of pawns. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. No piece. I wanted to win a piece. Damn it. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, what? I give away a... Why? No, I don't give away. Can I give it away? I give everything away. Yes. So I thought I was winning a piece, but instead I lost a piece. So probably just pure stupidity. Now the knight is going. Nothing left. Oh, this knight is attacked as well. Can take another knight. Takes another knight. Well, then I take this knight. I want at least one knight. I want it. One knight, at least. Now I can take this one. Think we can still make a draw out of this? Probably not. Can't give away this one with Jack. I just can't. Can I? Not really. I should not have played this pawn. Oh, that's nice. Jesus, that was like 5 points down. Still in. Yeah, horrible. Okay, bedtime.